What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak. So, this is going to be my first video in the official release of the game. The game came out about 8 days ago officially, after we got the demo about a month ago, and I have been busy. I was playing Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. Since Trails Through Daybreak is a game I have technically played before, I was like, you know what? I'll wait to continue my playthrough on it, so you'll be seeing this. I'll be uploading this the next day, so this'll be what? Actually, I'll probably wait till the following week. So Monday the, let's say Friday the 13th, very lucky. So you should be seeing this Monday. I guess it'll be the 16th is when the playthrough will be resuming. But there is some more stuff to go over before we go into it. So first things first, I need to change the audio because I started this video before, but I guess it doesn't carry over the language you were doing in the demo. So I'll definitely switch that over, and then I'm sure, I guess that's the only thing you really can change here, because I guess everything else will be in the game itself, like the difficulty and everything. I guess maybe that'll be carried over. The other thing to talk about is, in the time since I did my demo playthrough, they did announce Trails Through Daybreak 2 is going to be releasing in early 2025. A lot sooner than I was expecting. I was expecting summer or fall of 2025. But it's great that they're going to be having it, you know, probably not even 8 months after this game's release. So probably January, February, March, you know, whenever it's going to be, is going to be when Daybreak 2 comes out, and then of course, at that time I will do a Daybreak 2 playthrough as well. And then obviously Kai no Kiseki, the Japanese version of the game that follows Trails Through Daybreak 2, is coming out this September, which I will be playing, but not as a playthrough, because obviously, I would do it as a playthrough, honestly, but at the same time, I'm not going to be able to translate what's being said in there. Like, obviously, I'm going to be translating it myself, but doing that for a video is just not ideal. So most likely I'm going to do the same thing I did with Daybreak 2, whereas I just play it on my own, and then when the English release comes out, we'll go ahead and replay it, which, at the rate that they're doing things, I actually wouldn't be surprised if we get Kai no Kiseki, whatever it's going to be localized to, in English by the end of 2025. So it might not even be that long of a wait, but we'll see. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our transfer data from the demo version, which we last played on 6/9. So it's been a month and 4 days since we finished playing the demo. Well, I mean, obviously the uploads only finished about a couple weeks ago, but that's when I finished recording it. So we're going to go ahead and continue, and we are going to get started. I just want to double check because sometimes it doesn't, let me just make sure it's still on Japanese. Okay. So let's go ahead, let's grab our demo data and transfer it to the PS5 version of Trails Through Daybreak, and let's get started on Chapter 2. We're going to skip this first scene because it's something we've already seen. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let it play again just so we can refresh I guess more for myself, to refresh myself where we left off a month ago. Because the demo ended after watching this first cutscene with our next character of import. They love him.
まったく調子に乗っちゃって。
さすがはラッシュの小覇王。幼馴染としても鼻が高いのでは？
Hello, Sally.
それなりにはね。でも私はどちらかというと、とにかく今夜の公演無事終わってよかったわ。少しはあいつの熱も発散できたんじゃないかしら。
ええ、そうですね。
Sal is a snake, though. We know he's always up to something.
まあ、そうもいきませんか。さて、留守にする間、どんな手を打つかですが。
Well, considering you can't rope Lloyd or Reen into your usual antics, I guess Van is gonna be the next best thing.
女どもに男どもも含めてちょろすぎんだろ。ま、俺様にかかりゃ最高に盛り上がるのは当然だけどな。
アーロン君、素晴らしい演舞だったが、最後のはちょっとやりすぎじゃ。
ああ、サービスだろサービス。文句あんなら次の舞台は降りるかよ。
はあ、それを言われると辛いね。
まあこの盛り上がりはこいつあってのものですからね。
いつも振り回される身になってほしいもんだけど、ま、楽しい舞台になるのは私らとしても大歓迎だよ。
だろ、見る側もやる側も楽しんでなんぼってもんだぜ。そんじゃ打ち上げといくか。ダチや女どもも含めて来たやさ。
アロン、
なんだよせい、ケツ穴に爆竹ぶっ刺されたような顔しやがって。おい、その傷は。
例の新参者どもだ。急に襲ってきてシドとホアンが病院に運ばれた。
北の田舎者が舐めやがって。
He has such a good voice, by the way. It's the same as Vicious from Tales of Crestoria. So, very good, like...
叩き潰してやるよ。
A very good voice for, like, a wild character. Alright, so we're jumping ahead from the 12th of September to the 19th. So we're going back to Van. See what he's up to. 10:25 in the morning. Oh boy. At the public bath for once. The Bright Star of the Dazzling City, Chapter 2. He's happy.
来た来た。この水風呂こそがロウリュの。
God, he's funny.
ダンさんいますか？あ、冷たい。
おい、まさか。
あ、やっぱりいました。
ってお前らなんで嫌がる？
モンマルトで聞いて、この時間ならこちらじゃないかって。いい機会ですので、私たちもご一緒させていただくことにしました。あ、フェリちゃん、ロウリュを試しましょう。ロウリュ、ハマムとは違うんでしょうか？私も詳しくありませんけど、暑さとか入り方が全然違うみたいですね。
I've never heard of either, so...
それは楽しみです。
俺の思考の時間が。くそ、こうなったらもう1セットだ。ランチ前だがジェラートもつけてやる。
He's really upset that they intruded on his solo bath time. It's good for Agnes to have a friend, though. I know it's probably obviously for the video game aspect, but I do find it interesting that they go in the water with their towels still on. Mmm. It's so cold and sweet. The perfect treat after a hot bath. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, though. Should you be having sweets that early? Exactly. Cold, sweet, and humble as can be. What do you mean? It's not trying to be something it's not. It's got no frills or gimmicks. Is he projecting? Milk gelato relies on nailing the basics. Flavor, texture, and temperature. But that's exactly why it's the perfect pairing. Simple yet profound, just like a hot bath. It's pure relaxation condensed into dessert form, like a cool breeze on a hot summer's day. It's moments like this that remind us why life's worth living. Baths and ice cream? Feri is impressed, Agnes not so much. I get it, probably. Knowing Van, I doubt he was kidding around at all. So why'd you come looking for me before lunch anyway? Thought I'd said we'd meet up in the afternoon. Well, since Feri's still new to the city, I wanted to help her get acclimated. We've been enjoying our morning off sightseeing together. You don't have to go out of your way for me. This is part of my training. Got the lay of the land yet? Let's see. The temple's in the 6th district, the, water one. You'll be attending Sunday school there, right? Yeah, I stopped in to say hello, but it's the only other district I've been to. Wait, why would she go all the way there for the... There's a Sunday school here. Maybe they'll address it. But obviously, like, Feri's staying, I believe, upstairs in one of the rooms, you know, near where Van lives. But there is a Sunday school, or there's at least a church here. I don't know if it's Sunday school. The city's so huge, I have no idea how we'd plan for urban warfare here. Well, let's hope we don't have to. Is that really an issue? Guess she's still a Jaeger at heart. Listen up. Besides the odd business trip, we do all our gigs here in the capital. If you're gonna be working for me, you gotta learn your way around. Right. Don't worry, I'll show you the ropes. What's on our itinerary? We can't see the whole city in a day, but we can still make a dent while we handle some jobs. And since Feri's a combat vet, she ought to catch on mighty quick. Don't go falling behind now. Roger that. The three went to Montmartre for an early lunch, after having ice cream. After that, they began work for the day. Alright, we can report our quests over here if we feel like it. What do we got?
ここでニュースをお伝えします。
こんにちは。タイレル通信がお送りするニューストピックです。サルバットでは間もなく開催される映画祭に向け、準備が急ピッチで進められています。
Tharbad's Film Festival。
6つ星で有名なホテルアルジュメイラの予約率はすでに 90% と、早くも大盛況となりそうです。
Okay, so there's a film festival coming.
ここでお天気の情報をお送りします。
はい、カルバード共和国各地のお天気をお伝えします。首都イーディスでは乾燥した快晴が続きます。火の元には十分ご注意ください。
Alright. So it's still like kind of hot, even though they're all the way in September.
全国的にもいいお天気のところが多く、ここ1週間はお出かけ日和になりそうです。
ありがとうございました。続いては交通情報です。
カルバード道路交通情報センターより交通情報をお伝えします。
Okay.
ミルク記念公園方面の魔獣による国道の渋滞ですが、遊撃士協会の対処により現在は解消されています。
That's good.
首都高はオーベル地区方面が10セルジュ、サイデン地区方面が5セルジュの渋滞です。
交通情報でした。
Alright. Alright, well, what kind of stuff do we have to make, by the way? We have a couple items. Items. Oh, right, you can level up your gourmet rank. Sure. Yeah, and I didn't buy any of the DLC. I might get it eventually, but I didn't really see a reason since I'm very much the kind of person who doesn't really care to change characters' outfits during a first playthrough, just because it kind of like interrupts the flow of the story for me. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is obviously, I believe, Feri's room. It's the only one that's open. Obviously, Agnes doesn't have a room because she stays at her school. Oh damn, I just remembered Paulette's old man wanted to see me. There you are, you buffoon. Yep, that's me. What's up, something urgent? Hold on a sec, you'll find out soon enough. There we go, take a look at this. Oh, that's... Wow, they're like the galettes we had back in Krail. From your reactions, I take mine's a good match for the real thing. Good, good. More than good, it looks perfect to me. You did great as always, Victor. Looks perfect? It tastes perfect, punk. Try one for yourself and you'll see. Thanks. Thank you so much for that. That was wonderful. How'd you manage to figure out the recipe? You kids told me about the food you had in that village, remember? Well, I gleaned some more insight from an expert and decided to take a stab at recreating it myself. An expert? Who was it? My vegetable supplier from Krail. He's in the back right now, but he'll be out on the main floor later. I'm surprised you of all people wanted to recreate a recipe rather than come up with your own. That doesn't happen very often. Well, after hearing your story, Yume said she wanted to try it and, you know, Granddad can't say no to his precious little granddaughter, of course. I'll admit, it's been refreshing trying my hand at making something different. That's where you all come in. If you find more interesting dishes, I want to know. I won't put them on the menu, but I'll make them for free. Really? Are you sure? I feel like we'd be imposing if we didn't give you anything in return. It's fine. It'll help me flex my cooking muscles. Just get me the necessary ingredients and we'll call it even. Sounds fair to me, especially since we'll get to take the dishes. We'll be sure to tell you about any good eats we find along the way, and you can work your magic. Perfect. Looking forward to hearing what you kids find. Well, we better get moving now, gang. Let's roll. Oh, I just remembered something. Aida dropped this when we fought here. Is that what I think it is? That's the hollow core she used to use? Yep, it is. You'd normally return this sort of thing to Eisenchild. But when I asked Commander Durant if they wanted it back, he said they didn't need it. Well, of course they don't. That's because you should hold on to it, sport. I think so too. It's only right that you keep it. Yeah, maybe you guys are right, and it's probably what Aida wanted too. But she probably didn't want me... Wait. But she probably didn't want just me to have it. I think we can all make good use of it. It's your call, since you knew her better than we did. Let's keep a hold of it. I'm sure it'll come in handy for all of us. That sound good to you? Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yep, we can change hollow cores now, just like when we used to get the master quartzes. Alright, let's make our rounds before moving on. See what everyone's up to. Oh, is this the guy? Wait a minute. Oh, you're the guys who helped us out at the village. I didn't get to talk with you at the time, but I saw your truck pulled up out there. Yeah, that was us. I think I remember seeing you too. General store, right? So what brings you... Oh, that's right. Monmart sources veggies from Krail, right? We do. Hans drops by every few days for delivery. I love how he's in the middle of this animation where he keeps putting his hand up. You had quite the eventful stop out there, from what he told me. It makes me proud to be your landlady. I didn't get a chance to properly thank you before. We really owe it to you. We're finally settling back into our rhythm out there. You're welcome anytime if you want to stop by. That would be lovely. Except for the fact that this is very much like Cold Steel, where you don't really go back to the places you've been to already, but who knows. Maybe someday. May as well get me some more money. What about you, mister? I can't deal with it. The gossip rags are just lying about he's drunk already. What, who are you? You got a problem? Huh? Is that it? Damn, middle of the day and he's down for the count. Wasn't he here the other day too? Will he be alright? The door there, not that we can do anything with it. The kids are up to stuff again. Hey, Yume. Come out, I'm gonna get you. Kick the can, eh? You got the can locked down, looks like. Uh-huh. When I'm it, I'm super duper strong. I'm gonna find Harry and Sheena. I'm gonna catch them. Just watch. Glad to see you so energetic. Just make sure not to hurt yourself. Oh, hi, Feri. Wait, if you're here, does that mean? Yup, I'm officially working part-time. First objective, scouting Edith's terrain and choke points. Sniper spots are big in these close quarters. Gotta check out for those. Maybe you could relax a little bit. She's so cool, though. A real-life warrior. Are you guys playing hide and seek? Cool, hee hee. Just be careful, okay? Uh-huh, we will. You guys take care, too. Alright, let's check the board now. Here's where we pick up most of our jobs. Is this one of the guild's message boards? Actually, it's this district's public bulletin board. As you can see, it's mostly used for announcements or advertising. If you want to find the stuff addressed to us, all you gotta do is reach around back. Blacking out blackmail. I want you to get rid of a certain guy's little black book. He has info on me that can't get out. I prefer if I could explain the details to you in person. I'll be waiting at Kai Yunj in the Tyrell district. Thanks. Jess. Now and then, folks will reach out and contact me directly, but most of our jobs come from boards like this. Huh, I thought our jobs would involve more fighting. I was expecting, like, assassinations and stuff. People don't come to us with matters that violent, do they? Nah, every once in a while I've gotta beat up a stalker or something, but that's about it. Then please allow me to deliver the beatings from now on. Couldn't we just hand them over to the police? What's that flyer there? Seeking information on the enigmatic thief Grimcat. Report any leads to your local police station. Promising information will be compensated with cash. I've never heard of them. A lady thief who's been operating in Calvert for the past few years. They say she only steals from bad people, corrupt politicians, shady millionaires, and so on. Supposedly, once you receive a calling card from her, your fate is sealed. Wow, there's so many interesting people in the city. Because Grimcat never steals from the innocent, many people in Edith admire her. They also say she scampers around the city in a skimpy outfit you'd expect to see in a seedy club. Your righteous thief sounds more like a kinkster to me. What's up? Don't say it. The gossip rags are just making a big deal of her for sales. Nothing we need to worry about. So anyway, job boards. Let's go check the boards in the other districts and find some work to do. Yup, it's just like the other ones. You have to complete a certain amount of them before the story will progress. Oh yeah, I've got some personal business I just squeeze into today too. Yup, we get, so these are basically the Calvert Games version of bonding events. Since it's not like Cold Steel, there's no, like, how do I word this? There's no free romance options. Van isn't a character that where, like, every girl in the party is gonna be, like, a girl that it's like, oh, you'll be able to choose at the end of the arc who... And I think I mentioned this before, that it's not like that where, you know, like, Cold Steel, you could be Reen, and it's like, okay, which character you like the most, that's the one you can romance. This game doesn't have that. This game has very, you know, predetermined relationships in terms of, you know, what characters are to each character. But we do have 2 free times, and obviously we have 3 characters we can do them for. So obviously we're not going to do them all in one playthrough, so we'll make decisions. So I think we'll go ahead and do the Yume one, and we'll do the Agnes one. What I recommend most people do if they don't plan to do a second playthrough is, I would say, you know, save before your first day. So like you could save right now, do one of the connections, then reload your save, and then do the other 2. So even though you won't have them all complete, you'll at least have seen all the content from them. But let's start with the Yume one. I think for the rest of this video, we'll just do these 2 events, and then we'll pick up with the jobs in the next video. Fans group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Thanks for helping out, Van. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Hey, no problem. That's what neighbors are for. I know you got a lot to buy and could use a helping hand. I'm always happy to help. Can I go with you guys? I want to come too. Oh, right, but you have to help us if you're going to come, okay? And don't go wandering off. Okay, yay, shopping. We're gonna go shopping. We got a few places to visit today. First, the general store, which is right outside. I gave you a bit of a loyal customer discount, Paulette. Thanks for always shopping here. Van, I trust you're not gonna make her carry it all the way back to the restaurant, right? Be a gentleman. I am. That's what I'm here for. You didn't have to do that, Brenda. You already gave Yume that candy the last time we came here. That was so yummy, thank you so much. You're so polite for your age, Yume, I'm impressed. And don't you worry about it, Polite. This is just my way of showing thanks for making this neighborhood a better place to live in. I mean, just think about how long you've been coming here. Since before you left home, really. Though, I guess you've been working at Montmartre for a while now. I hope you haven't gotten bored. I don't think I could. I grew up with just Dad around, so it's always been home for me. Him and his cooking. Wouldn't give that up for anything. Oh, now we're in a different district. A pleasure doing business with you as always. I'll throw in some seasonal fruits from Orid on the house. Hope you enjoy them. Oh, these look really tasty. I appreciate the offer, but I couldn't possibly take these without paying for them. Of course you can. Think of it as a loyalty bonus. I'd also like to spoil my favorite little Yume. Yay, I'm her favorite. Ow, pipe down. You're killing my eardrums here. Children are just full of energy, aren't they? I remember when you returned with her in your arms all those years ago. I was quite worried back then. Huh? Little lore? But I see there was no cause for concern. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you're strong of spirit as well. I imagine I got the former from my mom and the latter from my dad. They continued their shopping spree for a while before making their way back to Old Town. Grandpa, I'm back. Hey, there's my little Yume. Aren't you going to ask about her and me, I mean? You must realize by now we're not the most ordinary family, right? I can't imagine you of all people wouldn't have noticed. Hey, what kind of guy do you take me for? I'm not that insensitive. I know better than to go sniffing around a woman's private business. I didn't mean it like that. We've just known each other for a long time now. I feel a little bad keeping things from you. Nah, don't be. There's nothing to feel sorry about. If you want, you can just think of it as me repaying the favor. You guys didn't grill me for details when I first rented out the floor above yours. It was a no questions asked, and I really appreciated that. Aww. I'm not gonna go digging into someone's personal affairs if they don't offer up the info first. Call it a personal policy. Right. I've always known you to be a rather discreet and considerate man. Thank you so much, Van. And I'm just doing what any decent guy should. But if it makes a pretty woman like you happy, I ain't gonna complain. I was talking about our errand run just now. Were you? Well, I'll take your word for it. Mommy, Van, what are you doing? Come on. We're coming, sweetie. If you still have time before you have to return to work, let me brew you some coffee on the house. Never gonna say no to that. After the brief coffee break, Van reunited with the others and resumed work. That was sweet. Although that was more of a Paulette Connect event than a Yume one. Cool. Can we look at, let's look at all the worst characters. Connect, here we go. Yeah, so like right now, like Paulette's not even on here, so I guess anything related to Paulette is just gonna be Yume. We've got Van Arkride, Rune Kincaid, Agnes Claudel, Yume, Feri Al-Fayed, Dingo Brad, and Elaine Auclair. Alright, so let's do the Agnes one and see what this has to it's cool they have their affiliations as well. Let's see what the Agnes one is gonna have us up to. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. I guess I'll keep looking. I can't give up here. Hey there, funny seeing you here. You look mighty busy for someone who's supposed to be on break. Man. Thank you for worrying. I was just passing by. Don't think too hard about it. Though, since I'm already here, I can always be a good boss. Lend you an ear. Thanks, I appreciate it. So as it happens, I lost an important book of mine somewhere around here. It's been weighing on me, so I've been coming back to look for it when I have some free time. What book did you lose? It's a copy of one of the Sunshine Agnes volumes. You might have heard about them before. Yeah, they existed in previous games. It's very popular and still in print, so I could technically replace it if I wanted to. But the one I lost was a first edition print I got as a gift from my parents 10 years ago. And I think she's 16, so she would have been 6. It's been with me for a long, long time. And I don't want to just give up on it. It's a special book to me. Yeah, I get it. A thing stops being a thing when it starts becoming real special to you. You can't just give it up like that. Reminds me... oh, here we go. Reminds me when my favorite car's paint got scratched. Right. Though, maybe you're not too far off. It's funny, though. I hadn't paid that book much mind until now. I only realized it was really important to me once I lost it, I suppose. So, any ideas where it might be? Oh, were you going to help me search? Sure. I know you're keeping it away from work by searching in your free time, but I still don't want to see my assistant down in the dumps at all. I don't work for free, though, but I guess I can give you an employee discount. I appreciate it. But that said, I have no clue where it might be. I lost it the other day when I was out for a stroll. I was reading it at the time. I retraced my steps multiple times and asked around all the stores I stopped at, but there's no sign of it. Well, that leaves a few possibilities at least. But let's make sure I have a clear picture of things. Mind if we retrace your steps one more time? Not at all. It might help just having another pair of eyes on it. Who knows? Now where do we start? Van and Agnes retraced the route that she previously took on her day off. Their search for the book led them across the city, including cafes, bookstores, and the subway. Unfortunately, time passed without them so much as finding a clue, let alone the book itself. I guess it's not going to turn up after all. I'm sorry, Van. I feel like I just wasted your time. Don't sweat it. I suggested doing all this in the first place. We already looked in all the obvious spots. Might need to reconsider how we go about it. You think someone stole it? I've been trying to keep my mind off that possibility. It might look a little beat up, but we're talking about a rare first edition here. Maybe someone recognized it and just decided to snatch it. Could just be like the stolen wallet we were tracking down before. If that's the case, maybe we should talk to Mr. Yamai about it. I don't think contacting the police about it will help if it's been sold already. Don't go throwing in the towel yet. I got one more idea, so let's have a crack at it. Hey, it's Van. Long time no talk. My assistant and I are tracking something down, and you might just be the right person to ask. Who? Lindsay. I imagine this is it? Thank you, I'll check right away. Yes, the stain on the front cover is when I spilled tea on it. So it's definitely your copy then? It has to be. I'm so relieved to finally have it back. I'd honestly given up on ever finding it. Just who are you? Let's just say I run a bookstore on the other side of town. Oh, how unexpected it was to have you call out for me. The answer to your troubles being right in my store's lineup. May this be fate bringing us together? Hell no. Just hearing you say that's already giving me goosebumps. But thanks anyway. I'll wire you Samira later for your trouble. Hehe, don't worry so much about it. I owed you one, so let's call ourselves even. Well, I'll leave the two of you be. Thank you again. What kind of relationship do the two of them have, I wonder? She's a generic NPC. There's nothing going on. I'm really sorry for all the trouble helping me turned out to be, Van. Hey, like I said, I didn't do it for free. I'll cash in the favor when you're rich and powerful. Call it an investment in the future of one of my employees. Can't have you too bummed out about it. If you say so. I'll do all I can to deliver on your expectations then. I'm so glad to finally have my book back. What a coincidence that one of your favorite book protagonists has the same name you do. Or is that why you like it so much? It's a little embarrassing to admit, but that's right. The reason why I asked my parents for it in the first place was because of the title. But that's just the start of it. The real reason why I treasure it so much is because I admire Agnes's character so much. Really? Isn't she like a magician trying to blend in with society? Yes, but what I admire is her determination. She won't stop at anything to protect what she cares about, even if it's a danger to herself. So like you. It's my comfort book, and I always go back and read it whenever I feel like giving up. Then I'd convince myself I was a magician just like Agnes and push on. Guess we were all children once. Though it might have rubbed off on her. She's very strong-willed herself for someone her age. Huh? Don't get the wrong idea, I don't pretend to be her anymore. Not what I was thinking, but anymore does mean you used to, yeah? Oh. Anyway, we've still got a bit of free time left. I think I got an idea of what you could pay me with. Why not show me what kind of sweets you students buy at the department store nowadays? I wouldn't count that as payment, but let's see. The two of them began a quick tour of the area in front of the station before their free time came to an end. After that, they returned to work. Alright, 2-star for Agnes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and end things off there since we used our 2 connect points. So next time we're going to head to the other districts and see the other 4 SPGs. Like they mentioned before, whatchamacallit, you have to do a certain amount of them to continue, but with these playthroughs, I always like to do every side quest we can find so we get the most story out of it. So that's what we'll be doing next time. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.